Unconscious as another religion. Let's trade things up. Those are the four things that we don't know how they work and don't know why they work. It is imagination and it is a memory. It is the seeing and this is a wholeness interpretation. Science don't have the ability to define, to change it, to implement something in it by the I mean the chase the third outcome. You feel me? It's not possible. We just don't know. The most cells of your body have the same DNA. For example, neuron in brain and the skin cell have the same DNA. They are different in an epigenetic topic, so there is no such thing as converting live pictures of memories towards the spinning axis of DNA chain. If you were thinking differently, it is absolutely fate bias. The brain shows the activity, but we can't grasp the things, the meaning of thoughts. It's not possible. It's anyway formless. You feel me? It's just the energy. We can't know what's in the microstructure of a brain. We also don't know how the ability to learn language is present and can occur. I recently watched something about the chromosome 2 gene, if the gene is activated, the humans have the possibility to speak and learn language. Maybe it's true, yeah, why not? The memory is very interesting topic because it is accurate and not abstract, of course, in a sense of meaning of the ego. It is present in very long periods of time, while mostly untouched by change. It is somewhere that nowadays people call the unconscious and can be accessed through stimulus, mostly conscious stimulus. So the bouncing waves, like you are at the top and you are at the bottom, have no impact on memory. You feel me? It always stay like fucking stone. It can decline, but in perspective, it's not working like that. You can anyway access it. If not now, you can do it later. So as I speak before, the consciousness is always present. That's why you can have access to memories. You feel me? Okay, so now I will show you the example of the conscious movement without your ego. You have no interaction to it. You can change it. You just can't change it. You can react to it, but you can't change it. Basically, no matter what you want, think, and feel, ego is not the awareness center simply because it has a mind flow and is not capable of creating it all the time. So now we will dive into the aspects of fantasy and imagination, the imagination power, the zeal of understanding. So the fantasy, as you can see, is passive, uncontrolled, escapist, dissociated, merely reproductive or compensatory. The imagination is active, directed, creative, purposeful, rooted in the psyche's reality. Yeah, so this is the mental sword, the zeal of consciousness. Oh, of course, this is explained by Carl Jung. Yeah, mostly. Uh, and here is a great example: the unconscious, the religion of true self that Carl Jung invented, is actually anyway a copy of Hinduism or Buddhism, but he was the man of science. You feel me? So this is the comparison of the true sort of the mental world in human consciousness explained by Carl Jung. The unconscious named by him and religion called Hinduism, Buddhism is called Anatman, higher self, true self, center of consciousness. Without the telescope, the humans couldn't find a movement on outer sky and managed to write it down towards the understanding. Everything come from and to mind. So skepticism of true knowing is just a matter of proper imagination and deduction. And here is the definition of Antaman. I mean, it's anyway the very vast topic. It can be understood properly anyway. It's just not possible Okay. So now uh, I will show you the four factors of Jungian alchemical path. You feel me? And it's very similar to Buddhism middle way. The key of those two techniques of growing the consciousness is actually to stay still when your mind is producing the thoughts, or you are identified with a certain movement of your emotions or thoughts or concepts. Yeah, I mean, the Carl Jung have the stages. The Buddhism um, have a different type of stages. I mean, it's common knowledge anyway. So it's very important to understand the inner alchemy of your human experience. It's most base knowledge. Nobody have it in school, you know. Yeah. So let's go far into also the Jungian conjunctio. So the attachment towards the higher self. So every thoughts count, every feeling counts, every place counts on constant. The awareness of your incarnation is constant. Okay, so if you were a child, and so somebody out there is knows what were your thoughts when from I don't know 20 years ago, 10 years ago, at certain place, and a certain emotion, a certain smell, a defined I don't know, you can choose, you know, yeah, every possibility, every inaction, every idea embodied in life, every sorrow, coincidence, and so on. In other words, every portion of awareness and possibility of awareness, even when something is not named, you can define it as the aggregate. We will talk about it more later with more Genesis type of finite movement. Now let's dive into Jung conjunctio of the work with the unconscious and the definition of progress. Yeah, so I will pass the screenshots of it. You feel me? Like it's anyway pointless to make a shortcut. I've seen though I mean more than 100 videos on YouTube about this topic anyway. So it's pointless. You must have a big input of knowledge to actually understand this topic, and for example read Alchemical Imagination or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, many people is at the first stage, you know. I never speak to somebody on a first stage. I don't believe that somebody would share that type of information. Yeah, it's too dangerous. You feel me? The people who reject the possibility of steering the life without the ego. The humans don't have narration over that type of concept. Yeah, let's start with that. You are not your capacity of memory and capacity of imagination, and so on. You are what you act and what you think about it. That is what the ego really is. It can have access, but can't define everything because it is dependent over certain things. Yeah, and here are the two comparison of the Nigredo stage. So the discovery that wow, my ego is not me. You feel me? My narration is fucking hollow. It's blank. It's nothing out there. And on the second one, you can see the first conjunctio. I mean the light stage of rubido, and it definitely look like that. But it's huge years. You feel me? It's work lifetime. It's just more than 20 years. In good circumstances, it can be like more than 10. Okay, but mostly it's more than 20. The Jung was telling that most people achieve the rubido after they're 50 years old. You know, after they hit 50. So yeah, the true capacity of movement is, you feel me, like the opposite of your age. If you are 20, you believe that you can change something, but actually when your body is getting older, you can do much more. But the people, or maybe the kids, don't think like that. I don't know. Yeah, so basically this graph of rubido is based on prima materia. So basically the main substance of experiencing anything. You can't say what it is because it's before all the concepts. So it's pointless to explain it. Why and for what? Yeah, so here I've got the quotes from the books. I read it. Yeah, so it's worth to say that at the third conjunctio, you actually have the access to vast information about the past. You were thinking about something, and then you discover that it actually happened. You feel me? It at a certain angle, and it's very common that you can think about something like 40 months before it happens, or 8 months before it happens, or even 2 months before something happens, and it's spinning. You feel me? It's more like transcendental knowledge. It's wisdom. It is not the object of believing the Carl Jung or other type of religion that the mind structure of what we can know is a time machine in itself. We can only arrange common things to predict the impossible. This is anyway due to called holistic intelligence. For example, animals don't have it. Animals can't have the holistic intelligence. Okay, so maybe let's dive into distinction. Okay, the people are thinking about the IQ or EQ, but the truth is that two things emerge from the holistic intelligence. Our ego can put another frame on another frame because it doesn't remember fucking words. For example, and you will be unconscious about this topic anyway. You will just cherry pick something else. I mean, yeah, that's stupid, but everybody skips it. I don't know why. To actually have in point holistic intelligence, there is an analytical intelligence required anyway. So it is much bigger system. People like to judge stable phenomena around themselves and tell themselves that they are determined by some kind of characteristic or a predetermined path over the universe flowed action, which is kindly saying half true because there is a vast resource of time, action, curved possibilities. If you are believing in static universe or static flow of idea that your consciousness grasp is extremely toxic and you are indeed in a hard limited frame, the difference is that somebody wants to expand this frame and somebody that is not. The holistic action is definitive.